What's going on, my good people? Holla at y'all real quick about knowing and understanding that your purpose is power. Knowing and understanding that your purpose is power. People could be searching for fulfillment, like that ultimate emotional fulfillment, and don't even realize why they can't find it. And y'all know I always say it starts within. So when you learn your purpose, when you discover your purpose, that's the most fulfilling, completed part of life that you can ever experience. This ain't got nothing to do with the external of all of the things that you may have or accomplish. Is an internal connection of understanding and knowing that your purpose is power. And you're gonna know that it's power when you discover your purpose. Look, you got a lot of haters, karmics, or however you wanna put it, who despise you in the connection that you possess within who you are, not based upon what you have. So if I had to put a difference on what the haters and the karmics are like, it would be similar but not the same. The haters are those who, I would say, don't truly really know you. They're not around you, like in your vicinity of your inner circle. However, whatever story that they hear that's being perceived to them, they take that in, absorb it, and that becomes their vision of you. And they don't even really know you. And there's some people who probably never even met you, know of you through somebody else. That's what I would consider the haters. Now the karmics, in my opinion, is those who been around you or have been in a part of your inner circle at a time, to be able to see things that you have done, things that you have went through, trials, tribulations, obstacles, and all these challenges, and they watched how you maneuver, and they watched and seen how things that they know it would have been like, nah, I'm not with it. I'm already painting the picture of not being able to make it, and they just watch you flourish through it, like with a knowing. And that's what it comes down to when you know your purpose. And your purpose could be anything. Let's say that, because everybody's purpose is different. Some people purpose, for example, could be helping people on different levels. You got high levels, you got mid levels, you got low levels. And the reason I say it like that, because it don't take away from the importance of whatever it is, because we're not even supposed to be comparing our life to nobody else anyway. And that's where it comes down to living in your own purpose and knowing your purpose. Because the more you connect with your purpose, when you discover what your purpose is, the more you connect with it, the more it expands. And the more it expands, it grows out into the world, and it touches more and more and more people. And that's by mastering your craft of whatever it is when you discover your purpose. So it don't matter where you go, who you around, or what you're doing in life, your purpose is always going to stand out. That's the power in it. So that God-given talent that you possess inside of you, and you connect to it with the knowing of what it is, it's going to show. So that's why you have, like I said, haters and karmics and these type of different personalities and spirits that come against you, not because they have to, even though that may be their job to do that, but they choose to, instead of focusing on what they can possess as far as their purpose and discovering it. But you got a lot of people who don't want to do the work. And y'all always hear me say that, do the work, do the work, do the work. And like I always say, people look to the left and look to the right to determine what it looks like for them, when you're not supposed to be looking to somebody else's life with the that jealousy and envious spirit to feel like what you doing is not top notch or is wrong. Or no, that's in my opinion, you don't know your purpose. When you learn your purpose, you understand your purpose, then it don't matter what anybody else is doing. The most that you would be doing, in my opinion, when you look to the left and right at other people, is just have the, for lack of a better term, the admiration of how they are doing so well in their purpose. And it gives you a influence of high confidence and what's the word? I'm gonna say a high level of confidence and strategy to put your own technique on your own purpose of what you're doing. So if your purpose is singing in a certain manner, like you got people who sing and then you got people who sing, people who have that complete passionate, that complete knowing, that complete focus, that when they open their mouth, everybody can feel it. And that could be that person's purpose. And because they so in tuned with that purpose is why it's touching everybody else. And then you might have another person who likes to sing, and that may not be their purpose, and they can touch certain people, and then they could possibly like do artwork, and they so passionate and into that, and that's their focus, and they're in tune to that, to the point where it's like everything they do with their art and how they tell their message through their artwork, or however you want to put it, it touches so many people, it helps so many people. So when I say you gotta know your purpose and that's your power, that's where I'm going with it. Then what I use in my own personal life is, for years, I always used this saying that I always was connected to through myself: watch, observe, and report back to myself. Watch, observe, and report back to myself. And what that means is, as I'm living in my purpose, as I'm doing what I'm compassionate with, what I'm connected to, what the Most High has put in me, and how I'm bringing it to fruition, I'm paying attention to the energies, the spirits, the connecting factors of the personalities that's around me, whatever you want to call it. I'm watching it. I'm having that observation mentally, spiritually, and bringing it into my physical plane of understanding before I even bust a move. So everything is starting within, and right here. So as I'm watching and observing, I'm already putting things together. It's coming naturally. It's coming naturally. It's like taking a pot, putting different ingredients in that only you know how much to put in, without even having measuring cups and all these different things that people tell you you're supposed to have. Like you just naturally know how much you can feel it, you know it, and you go with it. And it always pan out the way it's supposed to. And when you living in your purpose and you mastering your craft, everything flows. Because that's what it's about. It's about naturally having everything flow. So when you hear people talk about blockages and certain things that's stopping you from living in your truth, you got to go back and look within and say to yourself, what is it that's really blocking me? Because in reality, there's nothing externally that is blocking me but myself. I'm blocking me. And the reason I'm blocking me is because maybe I lost track by paying attention to what's on my left and right of comparison and not giving the intention to my inner self. And that's where the blockages can come from. Losing track of the power of your purpose. So when you oiling that machine, you know how they say that machine got to be well oiled, and then it starts getting that flow, and then it starts running and running and running and running to that high speed. But you got to make sure you focus and your intentions is on that, so you don't miss a beat. It's the same thing when you living in your purpose. The power, the more intention that you put into your purpose when you have discovered your purpose, because the going within, connected with the Most High, your spiritual team, that's your intentions of learning, knowing, and understanding your purpose. You'll know exactly what it is and what it is you have to do and how you go about it. And when you get that, then you keep that focus. And when you have that focus and it becomes a focus that's unbreakable, because you know, not think, not hope, because you know. I always say thinking comes from not knowing. Everybody has to have critical thinking, of course. But when it comes to something that you know, 9 times out of 10, you don't even got to think about it because you already know it. So it's the same way when you're living in your purpose. You know how much power you possess within your purpose because you know your purpose. You know it. So it doesn't matter what anybody say. It doesn't matter how anybody develop in develop whatever is in their mentality to stop you from seeing what you already know. It doesn't change anything. So there's no way they could put up a blockage put a blockage in your way. You know how they say, now if you believe it, then these things become your reality. So I agree with that. If you believe that somebody else can stop you, block you, and push you off course because you feed into whatever it is they bring your way that's not serving your highest good, then yes, you're going to get off track and you're going to have to pay attention to them because it's not free, because you're paying attention. So when you take your intention off of your purpose, which is your power, and you pay attention to something else that's not serving your highest good, oh yeah, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. So the goal, if we want to put it out there like that, the goal of you and who you are is to discover and remember who you are and enhance what it was that was put in you to bring to this world, which is living in your purpose, understanding your purpose, mastering the craft of your purpose. And the more it expands, you'll see how much power comes within it. It's like how they say the Most High gives you that cup that's overflowing. That's your purpose. When you're living in your purpose, the Most High is It's unlimited. He's going to keep filling it up, filling it up. And that's where you get that quote unquote emotional fulfillment. The Most High is your supplier. Source is your supplier. Spirit is your supplier. It's unlimited. So when you living in your purpose, the power that comes within your purpose is unlimited. Meaning it's unstoppable. So there's no such thing as a blockage or a stoppage. It's unlimited. Nothing can stop that because you connected to the right supplier. It's unlimited source. But you have to know that. And when you know it and you set your intentions to that, it's going to keep growing. That's why you'll hear me say, keep going, keep growing. You hear other people say, keep going, keep growing. Because the more your intentions is focused and you keep going, it's without a doubt, it's inevitable that it's going to keep growing. So don't pay attention to the karmics. Don't pay attention to the haters, because that's expensive. That's expensive with a loss, and that's an expensive loss. So you know how they say expenses? That's what that is. That's an expense to pay attention to the haters and the karmics. But when we talk about even though I know they say income, but when you understand what income really truly means by their definition, then you will see that it's not in the modern day form that, oh, money that's coming into you. It's a whole different ball game with that. That's on a different level. That's corporate gains, or however you want to put it, but that's another video for that. But just speaking on being an expensive action, mean if you live in your purpose, the power that comes through your purpose becomes high level, high confidence, high discernment, and all these different things that they cannot afford. So they can't afford to bring the hate, the karmic ways, the quote unquote spell work that they try to send your way. And the reason why I say quote unquote spell work, because it no longer exists. You ain't on that vibration. You ain't on that level. You going and you growing. So the higher you build your frequency and the more intentions you give to your purpose, the stronger and the more expansion you receive through your power. That's it. That's all. So I just want to come on, holler at y'all real quick about knowing and understanding your purpose is your power. Knowing and understanding that your purpose is your power. And as long as you living in your purpose, the power that comes within from the Most High and your spiritual team is unlimited, unstoppable, divinely protected, divinely guided, and it's going to exceed any and everything that you could ever imagine. That's true emotional fulfillment of all aspects of your life. And you'll see it within your external as you remain in alignment and keep growing and going. So, like always, y'all continue to put out peace, joy, love, happiness, all that good. Spread the love and the light to those who want it, need it, and are, I don't want to say searching, but are gaining the influence of positivity by watching, observing, reporting back to themselves the same way you are, to live in their purpose and to make it powerful. And ignore the haters and the karmics, because what's the old saying? I want to see you do good, but not better than me. because they got a lot of work to do internally. So they're going to keep that mindset, and it's going to show through their external based upon how they go about things. But it ain't going to phase you because you ain't paying it no attention. Keep your intention straight forward and keep going and growing. I love y'all, and I'm going to get at y'all in the next one.